Greetings and most humble salutations. My name is Brandon Buie, and welcome to yet another episode of The Final Buzzer. Our guy, Rashawn Gillespie, is it? He need another week. He need another week to recover, all right? Give him another week. I talked to him this morning. He said he's going to be here next week, all right? He also wanted me to deliver a message, but we'll deliver that message when we get to that topic, all right? All right, so first up, we got the Southern Jags, man. We got to talk about our all-core football team. We went up to Southern and faced them for their homecoming. They won 24-14. My guy Xavier Vaughn, 10 for 21, 76 yards, 1 interception. Javarius Griffin had 1 carry for 64 yards and 1 touchdown. I saw that touchdown that he broke, and it was great. Now, we suffered our first loss of the season, and we suffered our first conference loss of the season, but it's not over, Southern. I know you guys think that, oh, we got this in the bag now. We beat Alcorn. That's the only other person that we had. No. Your best bet would be to just win out, because you guys have 3 games left. That could possibly if you lose 2 of those and we went out, that could put you out of the, all right? That could put you out of it now. Despite you beating us, that could put you out of it. So please, make sure you're on your P's and Q's for the rest of the season. Same thing with Alcorn. Guys, we got to make sure we're on our P's and Q's the rest of the season. Vaughn, you looked a little unnatural, looked a little uncomfortable Saturday, huh? Work on your mistakes in practice. Get better each and every day. Keep doing your thing, man. We're gonna be great. Future's bright. We're gonna be all right. Coach T is doing an acceptable job his first year coaching. Very proud of him and all of the moves and advancements that the team has made. Future's bright. You're all cool, okay? It's still always Alcorn though, no matter what happens. But on to other news. Hold on. Do y'all hear that? Listen. Do y'all hear that? Me neither! Boy, me neither! The New York Liberty beat the Minnesota Lynx, Game 5, 67-62. Jaquel Jones, 17.6 rebounds. Brianna argue with your mother. Best player in the world. Naira Sabali, career high 13 points and 7 rebounds in the finals game, in the winner-go-home finals game. On the other side, Nafisa Collier, 22.7 rebounds. Oh, great job, Nafisa. I love you. You're great. You did a good job, Nafisa. Kayla McBride, 21 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Good job, Kayla. You did a good job. But if I can recall correctly, this is the same way that I said this game was going to go, is it not? This is the same way that I said this series was going to go. It was 1-1. And the last time that we talked about this on the show, Game 3 hadn't even happened yet. And I told y'all we was going to take that one. We was going to go to Game 4 in Minnesota. They was going to take that one. And we was going to win it all. We was going to come back to New York in Game 5 and win it all in front of the home crowd. Now, some of y'all thought I was crazy. Some of y'all thought I was out of my mind. But like I said on IG, in the words of Paul Heyman, it wasn't a prediction. It was a spoiler. Are we going to have this conversation about Brianna Stewart being the best player in the world? Are we going to talk about it? Jaquel Jones won Finals MVP. Well deserved. Yeah. But I'm seeing too much of this. The refs gave them the game. Brianna ain't even do that good. She ain't deserve that ring. Neither did Sabrina Ionescu. She ain't deserve. What's wrong with y'all? Have y'all been watching? Have y'all been watching this season? Have y'all been watching how these games been going this season? Of course y'all don't, because y'all don't do nothing but sit there and bet on teams so y'all can win money, and then y'all lose and go run to the Instagram comments to hate on players that you know nothing about. That's y'all issue. But it's fine. It's okay, because we champs. I keep seeing people, Nafisa still own her. Asia Wilson still own her. Asia Wilson's team has one win against us this season. And Nafisa, as good as she is, as good as Nafisa and Asia Wilson are, neither of them can call themselves 2024 WNBA Finals champions. You know who can? The best player in the world, Breanna Stewart. Respect my girls, man. Shout out to New York. For the rest of this week, I'm from New York, all right? I'm from New York, you heard? I'm from New York. For the rest of the week, I'm from New York, all right? So if you hear the accent, you gotta let it slide. I already talked to one of my sisters from New York, you feel me? So, hey, I ought to buy a plane ticket and go down there, but I ain't gonna do all that. You know, I'm not trying to get on that type of timing. My Tim's is in the mail. Congratulations, New York Liberty, man. Proud of y'all, man. Hey, same time next year? Same time next year. Anyway, let's get into this football, man. Let's get into this football. Week 7. The Denver Broncos, in a primetime game, went to New Orleans. So did I. It's basically like I went with the team. We went to New Orleans and, we saw some fans. We saw some New Orleans Saints players and, the game happened. And the Denver Broncos won 33-10. Bo Nix went 16 for 26, 164 yards. Javonte Williams had 14 carries, 88 yards, and 2 touchdowns. I read on USA Today that this is Javonte Williams' first multi-touchdown game in his career. Congratulations, Javonte. I'm so glad that you kept at it. You kept working. You're alive and well now. You have woken up now. This is what I've been waiting on. Bo Nix leading the team in rushing. Bo Nix is mobile, but that shouldn't happen. Not when we got you and Jaleel on the team, man. Tee up. This is what I like to see. This is Javonte Williams football. That's what I like to see. I want you to beat the injury allegations, man. Better than that. I still believe in you. I don't want to let you go. On the Saints side, Spencer Rattler, 25 for 35, 172 yards. Cedric Wilson, 6 receptions, 57 yards, and 1 touchdown. And that 1 touchdown came from Jake Haener, the 3rd-string quarterback. Jake came in there and immediately looked better than Spencer Rattler. He immediately did something that Spence been trying to do all game. Granted, were we trying? Probably not. But he did look more calm and more poised and whatnot than Spence. Spence just needs some years behind somebody who's seasoned. In my humble opinion, I don't think Derek Carr has anything that he can teach Spence that will fit Spence's play style. Spence needs to sit behind somebody of the likes of Josh Allen or Lamar. He needs to sit behind them. I feel like Kyler Murray, those QBs fit Spence a little more. I don't think there's Derek Carr teaching him when all else fails, lob it up to your receiver who's covered by 2 people down the field. Like, that's not going to help Spence. That's not going to help Spence at all. Spence needs to sit behind somebody who can teach him something according to the way that he plays. Because Derek Carr and Spencer Rattler, from how I saw Spencer Rattler play Thursday in person and how I've been watching Derek Carr, he been in Las Vegas and Oakland and whatever, it's 2 different QBs. So Yeah, Spencer just needs to sit behind someone who can teach him something. I don't even know if Derek Carr can teach him what it feel like to be in the playoffs. Can he? Probably not. I don't know. Saints fans, week 9. Remember that. All right, I'm still not going to. I told you I wasn't going to say nothing. Not on this show. I'm not going to say nothing. Week 9. I'll build it up for week 9. Next game. Since my guy isn't here, we'll do his game. Pittsburgh Steelers went toe-to-toe with the New York Jets, and the Steelers won 37-15. Russell Wilson, his first game back in the NFL. I just want to give a quick hand clap. I want to give a quick hand clap, that's all, because I like Russell Wilson. I like him. I like him. It's just, enemy things. Russell Wilson in his first game back, 16 for 29, 264 yards, 2 touchdowns. Najee Harris, 21 carries, 102 yards, 1 touchdown. And George Pickens also had 5 receptions for 111 yards and 1 touchdown. On the Jets side, Aaron Rodgers, 24 for 39, 276 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Breece Hall had 12 carries, 38 yards, 1 touchdown. And he also led the team in receiving with 6 receptions, 103 yards. Now, I told you guys, I talked to Sean earlier. He told me to talk to Devontae specifically. And these are Sean words. He says, quote, Devontae Adams, we could have been superstars. Now listen, I don't really want to say anything because I want him to be here to explain himself on why he would say such nonsense. But we'll leave it alone. All right, we're gonna leave. I'm gonna leave that alone. Devontae, if you're watching this, somehow listen. That ain't got nothing to do with me. He just told me to let you know that y'all could have been superstars. I'm guessing you could have been on the Steelers, gearing up all these wins in the regular season and getting eliminated in the first round of the playoffs. I'm guessing that's what he's talking about. But I'm not gonna go there. Because he ain't here to defend himself. So I'm not gonna go there. All right, man. Next game I want to talk about the Lions and the Vikings. They had a great one. I didn't get to see the highlights or the game, but saw the stats, saw the reviews on the game. I saw the term pure football thrown around so much, and it's like, okay, this must have been a good one then. But Detroit Lions defeated the Minnesota Vikings 31-29, handing the Vikings their first loss. Jared Goff, 22 for 25, 280 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jahmyr Gibbs, 15 carries, 116 yards, 2 touchdowns. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 8 receptions, 112 yards, 1 touchdown. Sam Darnold on the Vikings side, 22 for 27, 259 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Aaron Jones, 14 carries, 93 yards, 1 touchdown. And Justin Jefferson had 7 receptions, 81 yards, and 1 touchdown. From the looks of these stats, this was an absolute dogfight. It must have been a pretty good dogfight because it looks like these teams are going back and forth. And the reason I want to talk about this game is because, one, the Lions handed Vikings their first loss. And I wish Son was here to talk about it, man. But since the Lions were able to, hand the Vikings their first loss, are we calling them NFC champion favorites? Are they the favorites now? Because realistically, at this time right now, is there a team in the NFC that we're even still considering beating the Lions? Because come playoff time, Vikings made, because it wasn't like it was a blowout score. They won off a game-winning field goal kick by my guy, my old kicker, Brandon McManus. Shout out to the man. What? Anyway, are we calling them playoff favorites? Are we doing that? Are we calling them the ones who are gonna represent the NFC in the Super Bowl? As far as me, I might be. I don't know. I got to see how the rest of the season play out because this wasn't really a bad game. It was just a good game, and they just so happened to come out with the win. It's not like the Vikings just fell back. So I got to see how the rest of the season goes. I definitely see them. They definitely can snag first seed for sure. I think they're my first seed favorites for the NFC. I think they're my first seed favorites. But I wouldn't be surprised at like a NFC championship knockout because the Lions, man, they can make it far. They can make it far, but they can fall so easily. I mean, with teams like the Niners doing how bad as they're doing, teams like the Seahawks, I mean, it's like the Seahawks are doing good, but do you really worry about the Seahawks when you see them coming in the playoffs? That's not something you worry about. It's just, that's just a team that's coming up. Vikings are pretty dominant, but yeah, I think the Lions, they can go pretty far in the NFC. Great games from Week 7, man. Great games. Now, switch gears for a little minute. The NBA season is approaching. On opening night, Tuesday, October 22nd, the New York Knicks will be facing the Boston Celtics, and the Minnesota Timberwolves will be facing the Los Angeles Lakers. This is opening night for the NBA regular season. It's tomorrow. Tomorrow from the day that you see this, October 22nd, 2024. Wednesday, I'm not going to go down the list of the games that's going on, but I'm going to tell you about the games that, with the teams that we like, me and my boy Sean. My Miami Heat are facing the Orlando Magic on October 23rd. And his New Orleans Pelicans are facing the Chicago Bulls on the same day. I'm not going to talk to you about the Pelicans. I don't care about the Pelicans. Shout out Zion. Do better, I guess. He can talk about the Pelicans when he get back here next week. Me? I'm going to talk about the Miami Heat, man. I'm going to talk about the Miami Heat. Because I don't want you guys to think that just because these years have been going how they've been going, I don't want you to think that we're not a team to be worried about. Because I know with how these years have been going, there's this notion, all the Heat are going to do, they're going to get so close and they're going to fall at the end. And they didn't add anybody to get them over that hump. Jimmy Butler can't do it. Jimmy Butler this, Jimmy Butler that. Man, listen. We got Scary Terry. We got Tyler Hero. We got Bam Adebayo. We got Jimmy Butler. We got Jovic. And we got Ware. I want Ware to start. I want this rookie center. I want him to start. Please. I want him to start. If you're asking me, I want him to start. Throw the rook in the fire. Got Pell Larson, D-Rob coming off the bench. We're good. We're good. Celtics fans, yeah. I want to go ahead and give my rivalries out there. I want to go ahead and put my rivalries out there so y'all can already know. Celtics fans, you going to hear me a lot. Bucks fans, specifically you Giannis Nimrods, y'all going to hear me a lot. Who else we got out there? Pacers fans, I ain't forget. Y'all was on that wave of TJ Warren for how long? Yeah, he couldn't tie Jimmy Butler's house shoes. Oh my, he couldn't tie Jimmy Butler's house shoes if they had laces. He couldn't put the leash on Jimmy Butler's dog if he had one. I can't wait till this season start, man. I got a lot to say to a lot of y'all, but we ain't gonna get into it until the season starts. Because you know how I get. I talk trash every day, all day, every day, no matter how it's going. Yeah. Listen, man. So I want to take the time to thank everybody for the support. Thank you guys for the viewership, the likes, the amount of sharing, the amount of interaction. Gonna keep pushing these episodes out to you guys because I know you guys want to see more. You guys waiting for our guy to come back. Keep sending him your prayers, your well wishes, everything, man. We're gonna come back next weekend, God willing, and come back in full swing. Both of us here, both of us doing our thing. Question of the day. I want to implement a new segment. Let's see. Guess it could be the one from earlier. Are we calling the Lions NFC champion favorites? Or if you don't want to talk about that, just tell me who your favorite NBA team is. You pick. It's your show. It's our show. This is about us. It's about us. I love y'all, man. Stay safe. See you next week. The final buzzer. We're out.